Welcome back, my people. Welcome back. This is African Wake Up. Again, I'm back. Remember yesterday I talked about um, South Africa has to wake up. Today I'm going to talk about the same thing, but in a different perspective. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to educate people and myself as well, you see, because when you start talking about things like this, especially when those things affect people like us, black people. If you look at, for instance, all the African countries, with the exception of probably Rwanda, because that man has done a good job. Although he's not a saint, he's ruled that country with an iron hand, which is, sometimes okay, sometimes, because black men, sometimes you need to rule him with an iron hand. Then you will understand. But look at Rwanda. It's one of the best countries in Africa. You understand? If you look at where Rwanda comes from, the history of Rwanda, where it comes from. Rwanda comes from a civil war where a lot of people died over there. But look at it now, Rwanda, after 10 years or 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. Rwanda is some of the cleanest country in Africa. Very clean. You go to Rwanda, you cannot see any date on the street. It's like Singapore. Why? Because the boss at the top, knew how to rule the country. He told his people, this is what I want, this is what we're going to do. If no one wants to do that, get out of the road. And that's what he did. Anyway, I want to go back to South Africa because that's my country. South Africa. I don't know, because South Africa is a lot of people are not learned anyway. That's a fact. We know that the apartheid government makes sure that African people, especially blacks in South Africa, they don't go to school. Most of them are so illiterate, even in the government. For instance, in parliament, for instance, a lot of people, they are very illiterate, very much so. That's why when EFF, when he talks, a lot of people, they're just having an issue about it. But those people, they're intellectual, very smart people, very, very smart. Not all of them, of course, but some of them, even especially the front line, they are very, very educated. That's what you need. But education only cannot take you anywhere. You understand? It cannot take anywhere, because the education, what you go to school, to go, I want to go to university, and then after university, what? What are you going to do? What you going to do, because there's no jobs. You go to university to go and work for a white man. That is out of it. Do you know what I mean? The most important thing, that education is good. Don't get me wrong. Education is good. You learn and understand the system. But don't go to university in order for you to get a job and work. That is zero. Because there are no job in South Africa, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Why? Because the government is not a government of black people, but I don't know why people don't see it. It's not the government of black people. It's the government of white capital. That's what it is. Because the president, the current president, and the white man is holding him by his neck. He cannot breathe. Do you understand? Because he promised them. Actually, they told him, this is what you're going to do. We're going to put you there, and then this is what you're going to do. And he got it. And he didn't do nothing about it, because he wanted to be, because most of the people, most of the politicians in South Africa, they are not there for the people. They are there for themselves and their children. That's all. And that's a fact. The person who doesn't know that then is a fool. It's a fool. Because those people are there for their own good. That's all. But anyway, to cut the story short is this. Unless and until the people of South Africa wake up, educate themselves mentally, get out of this system of white colony. You understand? White colony, because a lot of people, they still think, even if you're ruling as a black man is just a, what do you call it, a vassal down there. It's just a cocoon. He's not doing anything there because somebody is telling him what to do. I'll give you an example. Something happened last week in a mall. A black man. How stupid that man is. How stupid that man was. He called the mall his own mall. Do you imagine? Can you imagine that fool comes around and say the mall belongs to him? How fool is that? Do you know why? Do you know what made him to do that? It's because the white man told him so. And he believed it. Ask himself how much he got as a salary. And he says the mall belongs to him. You see, a lot of people have run away from their culture and took somebody's culture. I can see, I live in Europe. I've lived in Europe for years and years, and I've gone different places. I've seen people how they do, especially African, when they come to Europe, they change, they become something else. They forget about where they come from. You feel me? Which is a shame. Sad, very, very sad. If you're a Zulu man, you're a Zulu man, you remain a Zulu man. That's what it is. Do you understand? So you never change, even if wherever you go, you remain a Zulu man. That's my philosophy. I've been in this country for years. Years. I never change. I'm still the same person whom I left Africa. So what I'm trying to say is this. The person tells a black person. Do you know how black people we are? You tell your own black person that whatever is wearing is not appropriate. What the hell is that not appropriate? You were born running around without clothes. Running around without clothes. But today, because the white man has just brainwashed your head, your mind, and you think African attire is inappropriate. How stupid is that? Do you know what is the problem? It's the government. Because the government is the most important people, especially when it comes to rules. As long as the government is not following the rules or implementing them, there's nothing that is going to happen in South Africa. It's going to be worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. That's what it is. Please try and wake up. Educate yourself mentally. Stay away from these colony things and stuff like that. I know I live in England. I've gone to different countries. I see how they behave. You understand? We are not wanted in these countries. We're not. But we are here. We're not wanted. Because our African counterpart, or Africans, or whatever the things, they are corrupt and they don't know how to run their countries. It's like we are children. You know what I'm saying? A white man leaves something nice and then we come out and mess it up. And then they look at us as if we are very primitive. And if they say they're superior than that, why are we complaining? Because they've messed up everything. You understand? South Africa, before independence, that country was beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm not ashamed to say it. It's the fact. That country was beautiful. But a fool, when he came in, he didn't think that a lot of people were coming into the country. And even the South Africans themselves, there will be a lot of people coming in. So in order for them, what they should have done in the beginning, they should have made sure that the schools, education was number one. Job creation, land, and all those kind of basic stuffs. They're supposed to add it into their manifestos. But they didn't do it. All they did was go in there and then loot and 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 take everything that was there. You put somebody, come on man. How can you put someone, a doctor, a person that is a doctor, you put him to a Minister of Home Affairs. What does a doctor know about Home Affairs? What does he know about it? What does he know? A doctor, you put him in a Home Affairs. He doesn't know nothing about Home Affairs. So the problem with ANC, they don't know how to deploy. The people that's supposed to run the country, the president himself, he doesn't even know nothing about it. All he knows is about corruption. That's all he knows, because he's corrupt as well. Anyway, they talk about Zuma and Dilo. That president is corrupt as well, because he was there 10 years of Zuma. He was there. He was the vice president, deputy president, what do you call it over there. He was the president, deputy president of that man. Now he comes around, he says 9 wasted years. But he was there. And the people, you buy that. And you buy that. I said, oh, Ramaphosa is better. How can you cook chicken? Or let's say, how can you cook meat or chicken or whatever you call it in the same pot? You put the salt inside in the same pot. And then when you eat it, and you say, oh, no, this one has got too much salt in it. But this one is nice, I can eat this one. But this meat was in the same pot of the meat that you say has got too much salt in it. How is that? How could somebody think like that? How could someone think like that? You see, this is the problem. It's a problem. Unless and until a black person is liberated, there's nothing that is going to happen. And let me tell you now, I bet you, if ANC stays in power in South Africa, that country, I'll give you 5 years or 10 years, that country will be dead. There won't be nothing in that country, nothing. Jobs. He comes around and say you create jobs. Where are you going to create job? You never create no job. Otherwise, jobs are going to be lost. A lot of people will be sitting at home very soon, a lot of them. And then you come around, you say, he's going to create a job. Please give me a break. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But people of South Africa, please hear me out. Wake up. Please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You are the holder of South Africa. The country is in your hands. You can change that thing in 2 minutes. You can change it. Just vote a party that is going to deliver what you want. Give you an example. Put a party 5 years. If they don't give you what you want, you get rid of them. I've been saying that thing over and over again, and I will say it over and over. All my videos, I will say it. Get rid of the people after 5 years if they don't do what you want them to do. It's as simple as that. Get rid of them. Please get rid of them in 5 years. Get rid of them. You put another, it doesn't matter how many parties you're going to put to run you, as long as they're not doing what you want, get rid of them. You can change the parties every 5 years. It doesn't matter. As long as they're not doing what you're doing, you get them out. Because they know, because if you get them out, they're not going to get the money. Remember that? These people are in salaries. They get paid. So if you get rid of them, they got no job. So they'll make sure that next time when you put them back, they will do what you tell them to do. It's as simple as that. Please, 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 South Africa, wake up. All African countries, please wake up. I know some African countries are just messed up. Some of them are dictatorship, especially Uganda. Look at what happened in Uganda. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? These old people, 70-something years, you still want to run a country. What the hell are you going to run a country? You've run the country 45 years and nothing has changed. What do you think is going to change after another 5 years? You want to go to a grave still running a country? Cameroon, for instance. Cameroon, that man is dead 80 years. It's a cop that is walking. He's still running the country. Well, what exactly is going on in Africa? John Makufula is dead. That man, if he didn't die, was going to change that country. I don't know that woman is going to run it anyway. I don't think so, because somebody else is going to tell him what to do. Remember that man, when it's only woman who's running that country, and there's men besides her. Do you think they're going to allow her to do whatever they... No, they won't allow her. That country is going to go down again. So that's what I'm trying to say. Please, Africans, Wake up. Wake up. You kill people that are good, knowing what to do, they die. Thomas Sankara, for instance, my hero. That man was very smart. South Africa, please give Julius Malema a chance. Give Julius Malema a chance. Julius Malema is a very smart man. He's a very, very smart man, although sometimes he get overboard, but he's a very, very smart man. Very, very smart. But white people don't like him because they know when he comes in, he's going to change everything. There won't be anybody who's going to be eating like that. Nobody. Give him a chance. Give Julius Malema a chance. Give him 5 years and see what happens. Or if you don't want to do that, let his party run at least some of the municipalities and see what he does. If he doesn't do what he's going around talking about it, then you know that when he won't run the country. But how do you know if you don't give him a chance? How do you know that? You cannot give a party for 27, 30 years thinking that something is going to change. There's nothing that is going to change. ANC has run the country for nearly 30 years and there's nothing that they have changed. All that they do, they steal and steal and steal and mess up things. And now, watch my words, they're going to sell everything. Do you understand? They're going to sell everything, especially when it comes to the government entities. They're going to sell it to the higher bidders. Who's going to get it? The white men capitals. White people, they're going to get it. Because a black man, he'll never buy it. Because look at Motsepe. He doesn't do nothing. He's rich. What has he done, this man? What has he done? He's got some kind of what do you call this thing? They call it Motsepe Foundation and all. That thing does nothing. It does nothing. You need to build something that you leave your legacy in. A university, for instance. A hospital, for instance, that you run your name. Motsepe Hospital. That is what you need so that this thing is going to help the people that are poor. But you're a billionaire. For yourself, not for the people. For yourself. But anyway, I don't want to run this video too much, because there's a lot coming out. I'm going to continue from what I stopped here because there's too much now. I don't know when I upload it, it does take time for me to do it. But please, what I'm trying to say to you, please just wake up. Wake up. Please, just wake up. Anyway, I'm done. Out. Ciao.